Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm here to learn how to plant narrowleaf milkweed, which feeds the western monarch caterpillar. You probably already know that milkweed is the only plant monarch butterflies can lay their eggs on. I'm so glad you could join me. And today, I'm here with Pete.
Hi Kelly, welcome to
Hi.
East Bay Wilds. Today we're going to plant some narrowleaf milkweed. That's the one that is native to this area, around the Bay Area. This is what we use here in the nursery for planting seeds. And these are the narrowleaf milkweed seeds from Larner Seeds. Yeah, we're going to drop a few into each of the divots here, the holes. It doesn't matter if you have a few; they can grow together or they can grow alone. It doesn't matter. But if you put more than one, then you're ensuring that you're going to get more of them. That more of them will take. It's not all seed takes. And just drop in a few in each one. And when they grow, if you get several growing together, it's no problem. You can just they can grow together and they'll just form multiple plants together, or you can divide them if you like. When they're, get some in each of the little divots. What I like to do is I like to do 2 rows at a time. So the top 2 rows, then I'll do the next 2 rows. This until we're all full. And okay, and then to top them off, we just run our hand across it like this. Like this. And then we're going to, could you pass me that spray bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And then we're going to make sure that they're nice and moist. It's important to keep them moist for the first few months, really, that you're growing them. We're going to put these out in the sun. I like to put them in full sun, or you can put them in bright shade. But you've got to remember to water these. They should be watered twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week when it's really hot. The best times to plant these are here in the Bay Area are between June and August. They come up fastest then, but you can plant them at any time of the year. Just at certain times of the year, so you're gonna have to wait longer for them to come up. So then once they're nice and moist like this, we're gonna put them out in the sun. Okay, I like to label everything too. And then once they're nice and moist and you put them out in the sun, then I'm gonna give them another bit of water. And then we're going to let them germinate. And between June and August, if you plant them between June and August, they're going to come up pretty quickly within a few weeks. If you plant them in the wintertime, you'll have to wait a little bit longer. But I always suggest planting them after January. They're coming up. You'll get better take that way. If you plant them before then, you'll probably lose a few.
And what about these pots here?
Yeah, you don't have to use just the seed trays. You can use practically anything as long as you have good drainage. These pots here are thrown away all the time. These are 4-inch nursery pots that people dump at our nursery all the time. So we can just plant in these too. Want a few?
Sure.
So what we'll do is we make divots with it. You can just use your finger. And I'd put a few in there, put a few in each of these holes. I put 4 in a pot, 4 little holes, and like this, like this. And then we'll take a little bit of soil, put it over the top, because these are not the same as the seed trays. So we're gonna go like this, but you just wanna make sure that in your pots that you don't fill them to the brim. Okay, you want to have them you want to have them just really about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch down from the edge of the pot, so that you have room for water and you won't be washing things away. So there. Okay, could you pass me that knife? Mm-hmm. What we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to pot the plants up, because when these ones grow, they're going to be really tiny and they're going to get lost in the landscape if you put them right into the ground from here. So you want to pot them up to a bigger size. This one has been potted into a 4-inch, but we're going to put it into a gallon to get it nice and big, make it easy to plant. So take this, and this should be nice when you turn it over. It should be nice and full of roots, just like that. Oops, take a little more out. Pass me that pot, please. Mm-hmm. Thank you. We put it in a 1-gallon pot. Pack some soil around it, but still with a 1-gallon pot, you want to leave about 1 inch at the top. The soil should be 1 inch down to make sure you have plenty of room for water and you're not washing the soil off the roots. And with these pots here, you can pot these up into gallons as well, and you want to use a knife like this, or you can even use a butter knife, and you put it down into one side, and then you put pressure on it and pull up, put pressure on it and pull up like that, and then it will pop right out, and you can just pop it right down into a 1-gallon pot. Okay, so we're ready to plant. We're going to pull the mulch back, and it's a nice sunny open area. And I like to plant 3 to 5 plants together. You want to have plenty of leaves for those hungry caterpillars to eat. And we're going to make the holes. And you want to dig the soil up a little bit around. You want to get it nice and loose so that the roots can move around and get down in there deeply. So you make the hole much bigger than the pot first. And then this is a very important part, especially in the summertime, but really any time of the year. Kelly, do you have some water? What we want to do is we want to fill this hole with water and let it drain through. So you can go ahead and fill it if you like. Put it all away. Okay. Now we're going to just let that drain through for a minute. Goes pretty quickly here. We're doing this. The reason why we're filling this with water 3 times is that we have a good column of moist soil to point the roots downwards. And that's what you want. The way that our plants, all of our California plants, become very drought tolerant is that their roots are down in there deep, where the soil stays moist almost all year long. And this is ensuring that good column of moist soil underneath the plant. And not just with milkweeds, you do this with all plants that you plant, especially in the summertime. Then you have to, sometimes in heavy clay, which there's a few places around the bay, like Danville, that has super heavy adobe clay, this takes all day. You have to fill it with water, but you still have to do it 3 times to get that good column of moist soil underneath. So I want to mention the aphids. I get a lot of calls about aphids, the milkweed aphids, and they're these little orange aphids, little orange bugs that you'll see. And in summertime, they always come, and they can really, they are very disturbing for people. And I get a lot of calls around this time of year from people saying that their milkweeds are getting all eaten by aphids. It's part of the natural cycle now here in the Bay Area. And they're these little orange bugs, and they do disturb the plant, but not too much. So, okay, now that we filled the hole with water 3 times, the 3rd time we can plant. The water's still there, but we're gonna plant right through it. It's still draining, but we're gonna plant right through it. So you take and you pop the plant out of the pot like this. And if there's a lot of roots around the edges, you want to take it and bang it like that, and a few times around to break it up a bit. break up the soil, break up the roots a little bit. Then you want to plant it so that the level in the pot remains the same as the level in the ground. Okay, so this level is going to be exactly even with the soil around it. And then we're going to backfill with the soil. Like this, until it's packed in around there. The soil does not need any amendments at all, but it does need, you can use compost if you'd like, or you can just, the soil is fine just as it is. Milkweed uses very little nutrient. So you just backfill it, make sure it's good and packed in there. Okay, and then you want to pull the mulch back, but not right to the plant. You can give it a couple inches all around, like this. You don't want to put the mulch on the ground. You want plenty of room for the plant to breathe. Okay, but the mulch does really help because it helps maintain the moisture, and it actually adds the right kind of nutrient to the soil over time. It adds humic acid to the soil. Yes, and it also helps to regulate the temperature of the soil. And we do this. We're just doing one right now, but normally I would plant at least 3 of these together, because you want to have plenty of leaves for the caterpillars to eat. If you only have a little bit of leaf for them to eat, you're going to lose some of them. They're going to eat it all up, and they're not going to have anything else, and they're going to die off. So you want to have plenty of leaves. So I always plant 3 or 5 of them together to get a good patch. And then I water it, regularly for the first year. For the first summer, I'll water it like once a week, and then after the first summer, I let it be. I let it do its thing. But that will make it double, triple in size in the first summer, and then you can leave it, and the next year it'll be on its own. Why don't you give it some more water, Kelly?
So, Pete, how long does it take to grow?
Remember that in the summertime, it's green like this, and then when the aphids come, the aphids do eat it down, but it's okay because they go deciduous anyway. By the end of the summer, the beginning of winter, it's going to disappear. But have faith, it comes back. It comes back in the spring. Sometimes it takes till June for them to come back in. That's good. It's enough water. But one of the reasons why you want to use the fascicularis, or the most local native one, to where you are, is that they do die back. It's important that they die back, so that the tropical ones that stay evergreen actually can transmit diseases, which we don't want.
So where can I get these seeds?
There's several places. The ones that we planted are from Larner Seeds, but there are a bunch of commercial places where you can get them, and there'll be links in the caption of this video for you to find one. Of course. Okay, let's go. You want to help me? Okay, pull the mulch back. Okay. Yes.